Woo! It's Friday. What day is it? It's Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Woo! You made it through another week. I made it through another week. Woo! Happy Friday. Okay, so when I was a younger woman, I used to, on a Friday, I would have my outfit, have my hair done, have my money on, and I used to go dancing in San Francisco, and they have house music clubs, right? And so I would be getting dressed to music like this. Yeah, like 120 beats a minute. You know what I'm saying? I love some good Armand Van Halen. I love some freaking, I don't know, that one comes to mind. I love that whole Flowers thing and Funk Phenomenon and things like that. I just love DJ culture as far as like house music's concerned. I love a great patio party, a loft party, Ibiza vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I love a great vibe with fantastic music, preferably 120 beats a minute or faster. I'll take 90. I'll take 90 beats and over. I might go as low as 85. I don't know. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I love a hip hop flavor though. So I do love that. But I also love classical music too. So, but it's Friday. And because it's Friday, we got this music going. Whatever you're doing. It's only 2 o'clock. I hope you're making some plans to go out and be fabulous. Hope your hair is did, your makeup's did. I just showed you guys the freaking Pat McGrath tutorial on the glass porcelain effect that has been perfected by them over there at Pat McGrath Studios, the makeup artist. You may or may not have seen that freaking not reality show, but the runway show. Happy Friday, Bianca. Yes, we do have to do traders, by the way. But yeah, Pat McGrath, porcelain doll look. You guys should check it out. Just showed you guys that tutorial. They are encouraging people trying to demonstrate how they're able to replicate the porcelain doll look. It's excellent. It's Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Happy Friday, girl. Thanks for coming through, you. It's appreciative. I appreciate seeing you in my chat always. Yes, yes, yes. So, you guys, we're here to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And you know I'll do it my style. On your way in, please, please, please. You know, we're on our way to 5,000 over here. So if you could smash that like button. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring my bell. Ring my bell so you can get notified next time I upload a video, and so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. All right. And beyond that, if you happen to be in here right now or anytime during the replay, I tell that if you share the video, it helps out greatly. So yes. Yes, yes. Do I have a banner to put up? Yes, because I'm about to start talking. And you know, when I start talking, you know how a preacher will be like, oh, I don't even know what I said. The Lord spoke through me. Exactly. Okay. Okay. I just be talking and God's speaking through me. So not saying that I'm a preacher or nothing, but I am a child, a daughter of God. Yes, I am. And that being said, you know, it is my prayer that I'm able to convey a great message via my lives. So it's not all mess, but it is messy. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a hella good Friday. Oh, my Oakland just slipped out. Sorry. I try to say in my positivity, I try to say a heavenly good Friday, but then people think I'm talking about Dr. Heavenly, and being from Oakland, everything is hella this and hella that. And yeah, so yes, I hope you guys are having a hella good Friday. And yeah, let's get into this Real Housewives of freaking Beverly Hills, you guys. What did you think about the episode? On a scale of 1 to 23, what would you rate the episode? No, seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10. 5 is meh. 5 is average, obviously. 1 is meh. 5 is average. And 10 is, ooh, let's do it again. Yeah, let's do it again. Right? I think it might have been, for me personally. Hi, Dustin. What is good, Dustin? I like you and Kristen going live yesterday about, what did you guys go live about? Was that Miami yesterday? You guys went live yesterday because we went live and then you went live again. Anyway, over at Whose Side Are You On? A 5 for Lauren, so it's just all right, average. I just rewatched it. I would say a 6. Yeah, it was a good 6. It was a good 6. It was right above okay, but it wasn't fantastic or anything. I did get DMs from friends that were like, Marja, you are going to see AnneMarie in a totally different light. They said that we're about to see a more vulnerable side of AnneMarie and that you are going to be able to appreciate her more because, I've been kind of going in on AnneMarie because I feel like she came in a little hot with all of her little stuff. Yet I was moved by her care and bedside manner for Crystal, which is where the episode picked up. And what stood out to me here is that AnneMarie seemed to just lay everything over there and just kick in. To me, a little at first, it was a little reluctant. And then she was in full swing to the point where she was like, you want me to come with you? And they didn't, to the point where Crystal called her, or at least she answered the phone when Crystal called later from the hospital to say that, it was blood pressure and that they had it was elevated blood pressure. I think she said something like 177 over 101, you guys. Ooh wee. Yeah. So for you, it was a good episode, right? And so I appreciated that AnneMarie's bedside manner shone through brightly in that regard. So now we're going to cue. Hello again, Amy. Hello, mademoiselle. Caught alive, but soon I will be sleeping. Oh, it'll be midnight here. Oh, really? Look, I was just talking about how I used to go dancing in the city of San Francisco. Midnight was that was a good time to be there. That was a good time to be there. A little hairy. It's a little hairy around midnight. Everybody had their liquor, and they serve liquor till 2 in the morning out here in California. So yeah, it can be a little hairy at midnight, but the party is really good and going then. Midnight. Ooh, I used to just be putting the last curl in my hair at midnight. Ooh, those were the days. But now I'm with you, girl. I am with you. It's about to be midnight there. I'm lucky. Husband is lucky, rather, if I make it to midnight. Okay, he's the one that's lucky if I make it to midnight because if I'm up that long, that means I'm up for a reason. So because like 11 o'clock, he's almost lucky. Okay, but 9:30, 10, 10:30. I could do that. I could go to sleep at 9:30, 10, 10:30, no problem. No problem. So if I have anywhere to go and I'm not already in motion these days prior to 9, then chances are I'll talk myself out of doing it and just come back, ass back in the house and call wherever it was I was supposed to be and tell them that I'm where I am instead. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I understand. It's going to be midnight there. Right on. I'm old now. Well, hey, I think I got you beat. I think we already talked about art cards and whatnot. Yeah. So they said I could use it if I wanted to. I'm like, you can keep your 10%. They'll never know. They'll never know I can use this art card. Leave me alone. Used to be showing up at the club, right? Showing up at the club. I lived very proximal to the clubs I did frequent in San Francisco. And even though I had to cross a whole entire bridge coming from Oakland, it was still like only 12 minutes. So I would literally be putting the last curl in my hair around midnight And then we get in the car, and then we drive across the bridge and pick a club, any club. Depends on what you're in the mood for. Pick a club, any club. It used to be the shiz. Ooh wee! It's Friday night and my wallet swole. Hop in the ride. It's time to roll. Pick up the girls and we all look fine. Beep, beep, can't stop. We don't have time. My fit is fitting. The joy I'm hitting. Puff, puff, pass or you'll be missing. The way I'm feeling is better than a villain. Damn, it's a cool feeling. We got the music pumping. The bass is thumping. That shit is tight. Let's keep it bumping. Anyway, ooh wee, I almost went back. Never mind. Ooh wee. Look, back then I lived about 20 minutes from where I would go to the, yes, yeah, good 20 minutes. That's nothing. That's nothing, you know? And actually, here in California, the, well, if the club does stay open past 2, and if you don't like the drunk people, and you're up for a party, then you could go to one of those overnight weekend clubs and like literally enter the club when they stop serving alcohol after all the fights have ended and have the dance floor to yourself. Well, kind of. Anyway, anyway, back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Stop telling you guys how old I am and the adventures of Larger. I'll tell you that in another one. I'll tell you that in another one. All right. Okay, so I thought it was great. My friend was right. The one who DM'd me and was like, "Oh my God, Larja, you're gonna be like AnneMarie's great." I don't think she's great or anything, but I do see that she has a very compassionate side, and hats off to her. Um, then we had the drunk Erica scene really stood out to me. Um, and the drunk Erica scene was phenomenal. It just showed her tossing him back all day. But did you notice the more she drank, the more her, I don't know, the more gaunt she became. I don't know. It was like she was disappearing before our eyes. It was like, but drunk Erica, you guys, I almost forgive drunk Erica. I almost don't care that drunk Erica doesn't give a damn about freaking victims or nothing. I almost could tolerate her thinking that a win on turning in the wrong earrings is a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so good to see Erica having fun, saying such crazy things. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what she was mixing or unmixing or along with what she was drinking, but that was a lot of stumble. She wasn't slurring her words though. Did you notice that? She was stumbling to the point where Trevor was like, "Oh, I need to take your hand," when he first saw her. And then she sits down at the table and she was very articulate, you guys, in her inebriation, I believe. She didn't have any idea. She didn't feel this thing. You know, she wasn't like that. She was very articulate. She was like, "Oh yeah, the Fertile Crescent." Yeah, they said Beirut is like Los Angeles, from the sea to the mountains to the snow, or whatever she said. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. There's civil war there now, right? Yeah. She was very, very articulate in her inebriation, but her body was drunk. But her mouth and her tongue, that might be because she's always doing those mouth exercises. That's what it is, you guys. I bet it's because we see Erica Jade sit. She was just sitting in the last episode on the couch going, remember? So perhaps her having done those type of exercises lends itself to when she's inebriated and drunk and intoxicated, whatever you want to call it, that her body and what she's saying is very, very drunk. But she doesn't sound like Dudley Moore or Arthur. You know, when he played Arthur and that, he like, "Where's my car? Oh," you know, and he would just sound very inebriated. Anyway, yes, the drunk Erica scene was everything. It's like all these little things of Erica popping out. But to me, the way it pops out, I'm like, okay, that must be the acting that she's talking about. She's giving us what we want right here. And granted, it was great. I want her to be something consistently where I'm not left feeling like, are you playing me? Are you being nice because you just want us to like you and you about to do some backhanded shit and do say something else backhanded? You know what I mean? So yeah, but that was an everything scene indeed, Amy. Hey, I love Drunk Erica and Drunk Garcelle. Oh, yes, Drunk Garcelle is hilarious. Okay, so then they had the paella. I skipped over the, well, no, the paella happened later. Okay, wait. Yeah, my notes, my notes. Okay, so yes, Drunk Erica was everything. And when they were getting ready to sit down to the dinner, I loved Crystal and Garcelle together. And I love a hot trot Garcelle who is an overt assassin when it comes to hunting these men. She is not at all afraid to let it be known what she's talking about, who she's talking about, and it must work for her. That's a whole style. Hey, it's a whole style. I love a good train track. I'm a train track kind of girl. You gotta let her know there's a lot of hoes out here. There's a lot of other options out here. And then, you know, like my daddy used to say, a man will do a snake if somebody will hold the head. So they'll do anything. But you can also allow them to know that you want to be an option for companionship or whatever. So I am not mad at a Garcelle that was sitting there saying those things to Stormy's daddy, talking about she could be Stormy's stepmom. That was hilarious. And Garcelle looked lovely with her hair back like that in that dress. I loved her whole vibe. Very, very lovely. Um, okay. So then Merce in the bag, you guys. Merce in the bag. When Erica said Merce is in a Ziplock. You guys, now look, that was funny and kind of like, well, duh. What do you expect him to be in? Look, you guys know my daddy just died. I recently received his ashes because he was cremated, and his ashes came in a travel bag and container, and the bag is plastic. So my dad is in a plastic bag right now, and we all have necklaces with him inside the necklace, but his actual ashes for his body is in a plastic bag inside the thing right now. So that's how you get them, duh. And if you put them in silk, it's like literally ash, and ash gets, it crumbles and it has dust, and you don't want to transfer the freaking ash to another something. Think about oatmeal or flour or any kind of powdery kind of stuff, right? You put it in one plastic bag. So let's say they gave it to her in that one plastic bag. If she keeps transferring it from bag to bag, there's going to be less and less immersed, you guys. Duh. He's in a Ziploc because that's where you put ashes until you get them to where you want them. For real, for real. That was interesting and it was hilarious. I loved all the ladies' reactions. Everybody was like, dun, dun, dun. And so many bug eyes all around the table. Dorit had bug eyes. Garcelle had bug eyes and a gape mouth. And freaking, I didn't say an ape mouth. I said a gape mouth, like a gape, like open. And then even Crystal was like, oh, and then over Kyle was like, everybody had that, when your neck does that pull up thing and your bottom lip pulls tight to your neck. Yeah. It was hilarious. It looked like Trevor was having a very entertaining night looking at Erica and listening to her. She was quite the enigma. Um, and then let's see who else was at the dinner. The lady from Philadelphia who liked the rapper who freaking Erica ended up knowing. And yeah, it was just such an eclectic type of conversation. And Erica and her drunkenness fit everywhere perfectly. And then it looked like they left a scene out where her head was on the table at some point. She never sounded like her head would have been on the table. That's what I'm saying. Like her freaking mouth exercises paid off so well because she didn't sound as drunk as her body was, you guys. She stumbled all the way back to her room. It was hilarious. And then the next day, the ladies go out and everybody's getting dressed and they want to go and where do they go? I'm sorry, wait just a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's see. So you guys, so Sophie, did you? I, should should we have drunk Erica all the time as long as she doesn't turn to mean drunk Erica, right? We'll take her any day. See, now let me hide this until I get it up. The plastic is literally the best way to do the ashes. That's how your dog's ashes came too. That's what I'm saying, right? A closed mouth don't get fed. Yes, love drunk Garcelle too. She relaxes and talks about sex. She does. She's like, oh, the chef is on his way over. That was hilarious. Hilarious. And then you saw how Dorito was staying after dinner to practice all her accents too. I already told you guys I'm on accent kick right now. And Doritos was on one at that thing. She loved being able to like talk in all of her different accents. Um, so that was a good part of the scene. As it turned out, Crystal has a history in her family of high blood pressure, you guys. I want you guys to take a minute and promise me that if you don't already know, you'll get your numbers checked. And, before the end of February, I'll give you a lot of time, but your body might make you know sooner. But before the end of February, please, Black History Month, we're going to need some Black history to have. So the longer you hear, the more history we have. So go get your blood pressure check. Hypertension is a silent killer. It is the number one killer, specifically of like women. Um, and you don't even know it's happening. You don't even know it's happening. Luckily, Crystal was sensitive enough to be like, "Oh, my hands are huge. Ooh, look at my freaking veins everywhere." And she had some other symptoms. Um, that high blood pressure, though, they sent her home and she was able to participate the rest of the day. The ladies ended up, I forgot to tell you guys, the ladies went shopping and I liked when Sutton gave them 3 minutes. I can do $1,000 worth of shopping in 3 minutes too. And not just on one item. I would have been just like Dorito. I would have came home with 28 painted fans. I definitely would have. Um, I love fans. I actually have a fan collection here. Let's see. And then we're going to have Merce get dispersed. Merce is going to get dispersed, you guys, in the next episode. Um, okay, so that was pretty much all the things that stood out to me. Now, I was going to go back to the whole AnneMarie. While I appreciated her helping Crystal, I did not appreciate her later talking about it, like immediately while Crystal's still at the hospital about how, ooh, she really needed me. How ironic. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I don't know. I don't know. It was great what she did. And I'm going to stop picking on her, but they could admit she didn't really have to go there. Yeah, it was obvious. It was like, but I feel like she was being a little petty. She was just mocking my career, and then I had to help her. And then for Kyle to help her think that, I'm like, okay, okie dokie, Kyle. That's what I love, Amy Willer. Yes. Who's Jolene and Buzzy? Do I need to? I don't know them. We need to go over there. We need to check them out. And a lot of people don't know that high blood pressure can make you feel like you have flu minus the sinus symptoms. The first time my spike, I thought I had a stomach bug. No way. Amy. Oh my gosh. So, you guys, I have my own blood pressure scare like 2 years ago. Well, this November, yeah, this November was the second year. So, but I had went to the dentist, and the dentist was like, "Oh, we got to check your blood pressure." I was like, "Okay, cool." But I was like sitting there thinking, "Well, do they use? I don't ever remember them checking my blood pressure for a dental appointment before." But it was something that they had implemented. So the lady was like, "Do you have high blood pressure?" I was like, "No." She was like, "Well, yes, we do. We can't see you today." I was like, "Well, what is it?" And she was like, "Oh, you might need to go to your doctor. It's 194 over, what was that bottom number? 194 over 87." Yeah. Uh, I didn't feel shit. I had drove there. It was like a half hour away. I had taken care of my kids. I had done work. I had done everything I was supposed to do. I was actually feeling pretty good. And I had no freaking idea my blood pressure was that high. So definitely get it checked. So then I went to the doctor. The doctor gave me some pills. The pills alone only dropped it between 20 to 30 points. And that still obviously is not a great number. So I ended up doing what I keep been mentioning lately about this meal replacement program. And in changing my diet, immediately within the first month, so I had already been on the medication for like about, I guess, almost a year at that time. And so, and in the year, it only lowered 30 to 20 points. On average, I'd be like maybe 25. So it went from 194 to what's that, 170 something. So it was still in the 170s. And then the bottom number was still very high. Also, it was like it was 85, 86, 87, 83. That's still very high. And that's all just from the medication. I had asked the doctor, what else do I need to do? They were like, well, just take this medication and try not to stress out. And, if you walk, that can help. This, that, and the other. So I was like, okay, I was doing those things. Still didn't work. Changed my whole freaking diet, you guys. And on that thing, it was medically supervised through Kaiser. So we're getting our blood pressure checked every 2 weeks, right? So I go in the first week, and my blood pressure was freaking 176, and then the bottom number was something crazy, like 85, we'll say. But they already knew that that's part of why I was doing this, and they had said it could help. By the second week to get my food, every 2 weeks, we go and pick up the meal replacements, and they get my blood pressure. It went from 177 in 2 weeks, you guys, to like 156. I was like, wow, that's further progress than just the pills alone from my doctor. So by the end of my first month, I had already touched like 141. And 139 is, you want to be at least below 139, right? So within 1 month of simply stopping processed foods and having limited calories, all nutritious though, with at least 70 ounces of water a day, has my blood pressure now at the new normal is like 121 over 77. That's not bad. That's not bad for me. So anyway, you guys be sure you get your blood pressures checked out. Let's see. Um, because you want to. No, it's like one. It's 121 over. Look, I'm looking for my phone right now. Just pictures of it. Yeah, 121 over 75 was the last one. It's not bad. From where it was to where it is, they're like, that is excellent, Martha. I'm like, see? And I told my doctor, I was like, hey, doc, you know, can I get off these meds? Actually, I had already stopped taking them to see if it was really the diet or if it was the combination of the two. And when I stopped taking the blood pressure medicine, the blood pressure maintained still at the lower level, strictly with this new diet that I'm doing. So instead of taking it all the time, I take it like maybe every 2 days, maybe. I don't know, just because. But yeah, that's scary. Yeah, see, right? Glad they checked, right? It's crazy. Her reaction in the confessional kind of, yes, negated that she helped. And I was trying not to have anything. And I was like, did she just? And I was like, yeah, she did. She did. Damn, I'd be trying to like her too. I'd be trying to like her too. Now, look, I need to send these other things over here. I wanted to show you further that Tiffany Moon. Add this to the stream. So recently, AnneMarie went on Watch What Happens Live, and the whole nurse stuff came up again. And I guess she said something shady on that show to the point where Tiffany Moon said this fact: the ASAs doesn't not love CRNAs or care that you're on a reality show bringing more attention to your profession. They care when CRNAs misrepresent themselves as physicians or use terminology to intentionally mislead the public to believe they are anesthesiologists. Don't make this into a CRNA versus MD thing. I have immense respect for my CRNA colleagues, just not the ones who call themselves anesthesiologists. Woo wee! Tiffany Moon. Tiffany Moon. Now paging Tiffany Moon. So we were like, oh, did Crystal do that? But somebody, including me, mentioned maybe it was Tiffany Moon who knew somebody who could get the whole society of American anesthesiologists to respond. And then, let's see, AnneMarie Wiley, I think it disappeared now, but she had posted also, yeah, it disappeared. So she had posted also that I got a picture of it. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it to this Instagram right here so you can see it. Message. Yeah, her little sly remark. It totally undoes it to me in a way. I'm like, it couldn't have been planned better for you, AnneMarie. That's what you make it sound like. So AnneMarie had said, that she was getting lots of questions, so she just wants to clarify. The title nurse anesthesiologist was adopted by the American Association of Nurse Anesthesiology, ANNA, 3 years ago. It's important to note that physician anesthesiologists do not own the title anesthesiologist, nor do they own the title doctor. Physician assistants, physician anesthesiologists own the title physician. There are others. There are several types of anesthesiologists: nurse anesthesiologist, physician anesthesiologist, dental anesthesiologist, and veterinary anesthesiologist. I've proudly updated my IG bio to include the title nurse anesthesiologist per the AANA change in 2020. Starting in 2025, all graduating CRNAs will be trained at the doctoral level and recognized as doctors. While this wasn't a requirement for me when I became a CRNA in 2013, I have a master's degree. It's a good reminder that anyone with a doctorate degree is rightfully referred to as a doctor. Can we put this to bed now, please? I am always available for questions. Please feel free to DM me. The link below contains a wealth of information on this topic. Ah, wee, if bothered was a person, you guys. I'm not sure. I think if bothered was a person, it might be AnneMarie. If bothered was a person, it sure wouldn't be me. Anyway, let's take that down. Go back here. All right, all right. Let's see these comments real quick. So, yep, I am a nurse and I was working in a doctor's office at the time. Larja, that is so scary. So glad they checked. Yep, yep, yep. I guess I should be grateful. I had symptoms. Exactly. And I tell you, and I'm sensitive to stuff, but I wasn't sensitive to the slight symptoms that I was like, oh, is that what that was? You know what I mean? Mine is very much stress related. Ooh, but I have to change my diet too. Yeah, that is real good. Yeah, it's really good, right? Like that's working on it. This is true. My ex is a pediatric anesthesiologist, and they are very sensitive about the nurse versus doctor title. Oh my. Me too. I want her to succeed. Yes, me too. And I liked her with the blonde hair. It looked nice. I liked it. JB, well, that's why I didn't fully believe that she said that to Crystal. What do you think? Or maybe that's why Crystal misunderstood, is because you can say something similar. I don't know. Who knows? Absolutely. Yeah, well, we already know that Crystal's definition. You know how, like, if you look for a definition of a word, it'll give you several. So here, I'm gonna prove it to us. Let's look up violation definition. Let's just look at it real quick. Okay, well, that's not a good word to use. Tag. Okay, here. So Crystal's definitions are the kind where when you look up the word, you can go to like one or two, or sometimes there's even more definitions underneath of that word. And she's like, well, if you look it up, then it means da 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 da. And it's true and everything, but we already know how Crystal does. So maybe she thought she heard doctor because she said the word anesthesiologist. That could be something that happened to Crystal. If now it's coming out that they're allowed to use those words, anesthesiologists, that used to be reserved for only doctors. You see what I'm saying? So perhaps that's what Crystal heard. And now she's like, oh, she told me she was a doctor because she thought only doctors called themselves that word. You see what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then just say that, Crystal, and let's move on. But also, AnneMarie, let it go already. I mean, dude, great. You practically saved Crystal's life. You didn't have to mention anything about it ever again. I'm so glad Crystal was gracious and crying in her confessional also about it. That was beautiful. It has to be a scary thing, especially like well, it was for me too. I'm like, I have these two sons. What the F do you mean my freaking blood pressure's 190 something over something high? I'm like, what the fuck? You know? So yeah, definitely make sure you guys get that stuff checked out. I'm thinking she misunderstood. Yes. Yes, 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 exactly, Amy. Look, we just MacGyvered. No, not MacGyvered. We just Perry Masoned everything. We figured the whole case out. We figured it all out. Matlock that ass. Yes. That's a good one violation. Right? Right? But I think that the overall this was a pretty even episode. I enjoyed Drunk Erica. I like Giddy Garcelle. I like Marie being nice instead of thinking of what else to say that doesn't have anything else. And unless, if this bitch ends up saying later that you used me for a storyline because I helped you when you needed me, please don't say nothing like that because that was a really reaching line. I made you relevant. That's what she had just told Crystal the night before. Maybe that's what got Crystal's pressure high. Maybe, perhaps, Anne-Marie helped her out of guilt because she knows the signs of high blood pressure based off of stress. And she was like, ooh, I did say a lot last night. Maybe I stressed this poor girl out. Huh. But she did kind of go overboard in the truck too when she was like, oh my gosh, you don't want her to stroke out. But it's a valid concern. So get your blood pressure checked, leave a comment, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and share the video, you guys, and ring the bell. That's all I really had to say about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'll be back later. We still need to talk about Miami and Married to Medicine. And because Bianca asked, we're going to start doing traders. I love traders, you guys. Let the mouse go. Exactly, Amy. And on that, we're going to end this live. See you in the next video, Curvies. It's Friday.